Not every test is about pushing limits. Sometimes the most important rides are the ordinary ones. The daily runs that show how a machine really feels when no one is trying to impress anyone. That is where real performance becomes visible. This is what daily FOV testing is about. From the rider's perspective, every detail becomes clearer. The line through a corner, the timing of the throttle, the way the bike reacts when the surface changes, the way power builds, settles, and keeps moving forward. In first-person view, performance is not something we describe from the outside. It becomes something you experience from within. The AdmitJet electric dirt bike is built around that feeling. Electric power changes the rhythm of the ride. Response comes instantly. Control feels direct. The delivery is smooth but never dull. On a daily test ride that matters more than any spec sheet. You can feel whether the bike is natural to handle, whether it stays composed, and whether it keeps the rider connected to the terrain instead of fighting against it. That is why real testing matters. Not because it creates drama, but because it removes it. It shows how the bike launches, how it carries speed, how it behaves under small corrections, and how stable it stays when the trail stops being predictable. Real terrain has no script. It gives honest feedback every time. And that is also where the lifestyle side begins. A bike like this is not only about output or acceleration, it is about making modern riding feel cleaner, sharper, and more immediate. It is about turning a normal test session into something that feels both technical and enjoyable. The ride becomes more than a check of performance. It becomes part of a routine you want to return to. That balance matters. Technology alone does not create a good ride. Fun alone does not create trust. But when electric power, instant response, smooth control, and real usability come together, the result feels complete. You are not just watching a product move. You are watching a riding experience prove itself in real time. This is AdmitJet Electric Dirt Bike FOV daily testing. No staged performance, no exaggerated claims, just a closer look at how modern electric riding feels when it meets real ground, real control, and real use. Because true testing does more than verify performance. It also verifies a way of riding,